me a hand, will you? Well. Fancy seeing you here. I've just heard a fascinating rumor. Care to know more? It would appear that I've heard just about every rumor there is in Edo. So I thought I'd make a trip to Kyoto, a city that's living on the edge. I had a feeling I might run into you again, and here you are, in Kyoto, no less. Great minds think alike, huh? In any case, I've got some juicy information, so hear me out. Some thugs have apparently set up camp around Shinsengen. And their leader is said to carry a rather eerie sword. But get this, I'm told that the sword is in fact the cursed katana, Muramasa. To confirm the truth of this rumor, I'll need to see the sword for myself. What do you say? Will you take down the thug's leader and bring me the sword? Wonderful! Word is, the Shogun himself is looking for the Muramasa, so we'll have to act fast if we want to get our hands on it.
So, you are the dubious lot who've been looking for the Muramasa.
The man's got ears and eyes everywhere. He must have been tracking us. Say, is that strange-looking sword the Muramasa?
Yes. It is a strange blade indeed. We'll be taking the Muramasa. Hand it over! How dare you rebel against the Shogun! Guards! Arrest these men!
Wild the look he had when he attacked you. It must have been the blade. In any case, you're really something. If you have any more fun errands to run, be sure to count me in.
Oh, it's you. Thanks again for your help earlier. Lately, thugs have been harassing my shop and scaring customers away. Rumor has it they're being hired by my rival, but I don't have proof. Oh, you have a camera, do you? This is perfect. Absolutely perfect. Would you be willing to take a photo for me of my rival when he's giving money to the thugs? Great! I'll make it worth your while, I promise. Now, they've apparently been meeting at a residence to the east. And just a little while ago, I saw some thuggish types loitering about. I suspect they'll meet again tonight.
Wanna make some coin? You know it needs to be done. Right? Who's there?
Caught them in the act? Be sure to speak to any of my merchants you happen to come upon. I'll...
I'm glad to... Really? What would you like me to work on? I have a hunch you will be back again. Am I right?
What the hell happened here? Looks like these men were still breathing pretty recently. This doesn't bode well for Katsura. We need to find him now. Right. So much of the town has been burned down. So many homes. We're meant to be fighting for a better country, but this is anything but.
Found you at last. Say your prayers!
Against those let's even things up, shall we?
My thanks for your kind aid.
That takes care of that. Now then, let's ask our friend here what that was about.
Thank the stars. Glad it was you two who showed up.
Katsura, I had a feeling that was you. What are you doing in that getup? The Choshu men feared the worst.
I've been looking into the Shogunate's next moves, but I've let down my comrades by not being able to fight with them. Genzui especially. It wasn't for nothing, though. I got my hands on some vital information. The Shogunate are going to send in a force to deal with Choshu soon.
The Shogunate is making a move. They're seizing their chance to take the Choshu out once and for all.
Indeed. And they're expecting the Satsuma to provide the best part of the force.
Them again? But weren't they planning to revolt against the government?
Well, the Satsuma are making a show of compliance to the Shogunate, which will spell the end of the Choshu. Any bright ideas?
You know, I've always wondered why the Choshu and Satsuma don't just make an alliance. You're the only ones with enough power to bring about change in this country. If you joined forces, you'd be unstoppable.
You're not wrong. It would be incredible. Could it be done? But the Satsuma and Choshu are sworn enemies. We cannot simply form an alliance.
That's right. Focus on the past and you lose sight of the future. To make a real change, you're going to have to make some hard choices.
I see what you're saying. Then we should ride to Kyomizudera Temple. Takamori Saigo of the Satsuma should be there at present, as far as I'm aware. He's the commander of the Satsuma forces right now. If we can persuade him, this plan might have legs. Let's meet at Kyomizudera Temple!
Hello there. I've got a fine selection of wares. Curious.
Could I leave it to you two to broach the subject? I doubt he'll be in the mood to listen if an enemy like me shows up out of nowhere.
No problem. We'll handle this. So, Saigo's in this temple, right?
Ah, that's right. The former chief priest of this place, Gesho, was said to be close with Saigo, and I hear today is the anniversary of his death.
Okay. Time to head inside. We'll get kicked out if we just rush in. Better to wait for the right moment.
Let's do this.
Let's get to work. 最後いざと
That was most impressive. sort of.
We're good, I think.
So, you've been ordered to lead the expedition against Choshu. What do you intend to do, Psycho? What would Gesho advise? Well, I'll leave you to ponder it. Some solitude may bring you clarity.
How dare anyone threaten me on this most sacred day? You're no ordinary foes. Have at it! I swore to Geshu that I would do it for both of us. I won't die here so easily! Take more than that to make me yield. Formidable indeed. Are you alright? Crossing blades with someone with no intention to kill is pointless. You said you would like to speak to me. Are you telling me to ignore the Shogun's direct orders? Preposterous. There is nothing I can do.
Forget the Shogunate. I want to speak to you, not them.
It was the Choshu who drew their swords first. And considering their behavior in Kyoto, how can we leave them be?
Look, I understand Satsuma's perspective. But have you thought about our future?
What do you mean? change this country. What are you saying?
Saigo, deep down, I know you agree with me. There are things Satsuma can only accomplish with Choshu by its side.
You want us to march alongside our sworn enemies? I simply cannot see it.
And yet, it can be so. If we should will it. But first, I should apologize. I am sorry. I could not stop the conflict earlier.
Katsura of the Choshu? What are you wearing?
Oh, ignore these filthy rags. I assure you, my aspirations remain unsullied. As my associates have said, we must put aside our differences, even if it means moving heaven and earth. We must transform Japan.
Katsura, I hear you. I accept your proposal. Gesho, too, would have been glad to put an end to the bloodshed.
Then it's settled. The Choshu and Satsuma will join forces, and we shall be the ones to see it through. You know, I've heard that in the West you're meant to hold hands and shake them on occasions like this. Go on. Try it.
Saigo, I look forward to working with you.
The pleasure is mine.
Takamori Saigo, swayed by Ryoma, defies the Shogun's orders and calls off the Satsuma assault on the Choshu. This episode helps the Satsuma and Choshu draw closer, and they conclude an alliance aimed at overthrowing the shogunate.
Don't you remember what I told you back then? That I had a dream as big as the damn ocean.
This way.
Escape us.
Accept your fate!
They don't give up easily.
Do it! Cut me down!
It's just a scratch. Don't worry.
He needs medical attention! Come on, let's go. I want to get back in the bus for a start.
Sounds like a plan. This is a real mess.
After being attacked at the Terada Inn, Ryoma Sakamoto took refuge amongst the Satsuma clan.
Might not be so lucky next time. I'm going to have to leave things to you for now. I'm counting on you.
Welcome. You can practice. Okay.
Amazing! It's like you...
I trust you are keeping... I can only imagine how hellish the outside world must seem to them. In any case, I hope they have learned their lesson. Indeed, I would be surprised if they ran away again. But you know, one may find happiness in confinement. At least, it is preferable to starving or having no place to go. Naturally, I cannot speak for anyone but myself. I may have status in Yoshiwara right now, but there will come a day when my charms will have faded. Most of us courtesans have never known another life. We will never know freedom, or the comfort of a true home. If we were to be turned out on our own, we would surely die. For cold are the winds of this floating world. That is why, if I were to become a cat, I would simply stay here. It would be nice. But I fear I am being rather silly. Please, forget everything I just said. I would like... How may I assist you? I am ever so happy to see you again. Is there anything else you would like? Will you be back soon? I fear that I miss you already.
I've procured some fine wares. Is there anything else? What will it be? With pleasure. Please, come again.
Hello there. I've got a fine selection of wares. Here.
Ah! Oh. Something wrong? Fine by me. As it should be. A samurai sword is no ornament or plaything. How else would we fulfill our duty? There is no point to a sword that is all style and no substance. A master bladesmith will ensure that one sword slices effortlessly. If you want a good sword, pay attention to its edge. I'm a fan of the Juzu style myself. Things are damn sharp, but you'll be lucky to find one. You've got... Fine by me. Both of them practice the Tennen Rishin Ryo of swordsmanship. You might call them my students, but that's not how I'd describe our relationship. We've trained under the same roof, shared our hopes and dreams. They are my comrades, my family, my truest of friends. Soji, in particular, lost his parents as a young boy. He's lived in the dojo ever since. He is family in all but name. Toshi wasn't born into a samurai family, but he worked his way up to the part. Just like I did. That concludes business.
What do you want from me? I don't... If you got something else to say. And what? No, not really. After all, I only belonged to the Tennen Rishin school a short time before Kondo inherited it. But the bond between two people cannot be measured by time alone. Indeed, all of what I am now, I owe to Kondo. Had I not met that man, I'd probably be back in my hometown, wasting my life away, peddling worthless goods. Very nice. And what might that be? It's my job to instill order among the soldiers. A thankless job, to be sure. But you can't command respect without a bit of fear, can you? I hate to say it, but the Shinsengumi is a ragtag bunch. They need constant discipline, lest they let their enemies, or their allies, get the best of them. Hence our strict code, which culminates in a fitting punishment for those who dishonor the way of the samurai. Ritual suicide. All right then.
Oh, you can... Oh. Then... Sure I do. They trust me. And why shouldn't they? I'm strong, and I look out for our younger officers. Well, I'm sure the same can be said of Hijikata as well. But everyone is scared of that man. Wonder why? Maybe it's his face? Hijikata is a fine man, but he's not exactly charming. I, on the other hand, am different, as you can tell. I see. Later then.
Oh, hello there. Where'd you get off turning up so... If you have something else to say, let's hear it. Oh, this is... Yes? Kondo invited me to join. Besides, I thought it would give me ample opportunity to see real life or death combat. That's the honest truth. I don't really mind one way or the other what becomes of Japan or the Shogun. Indeed, I do. What greater enjoyment is there to be had? There's no feeling like your heart throbbing in a fiery duel. Both giving their all, knowing what will happen should they fail. Dodging your opponent's blade by a hair's breadth. Bring me along when you face skilled opponents. I won't forgive you for keeping all the fun to yourself. Understood. That's about it then.
I'm listening. Yo. Business is now done.
How do you do?
Did Ryoma make it away without any trouble? Now we can't afford to ignore what happened at the Tarada Inn. But we still don't know the true course of events. Kondo and Hijikata were away from Kyoto, serving the shogunate, which puts both of them out of the picture as suspects.
If the Satsuma Choshu alliance searches for the culprit in the open, we'll only incur the wrath of the shogunate.
And that's where you come in. We want you to infiltrate the Shinsengumi and sniff out the culprit from within.
I leave the matter to Katsura's judgment.
I knew you'd be on board with the idea. You can handle yourself and adapt to the unexpected. Well, perhaps some of them already know of you, but with a little disguise, no one will notice, I'm sure. You can learn from me. Come to Nishi Honganji Temple once you're fully prepared. You need to be ready to pass the initiation.
Something. Splendid. I'll try to. When I was a kid, I injured my arm in a fight and gave up swordplay. But I really do like swords. In fact, I'm somewhat of a collector. Not only have I been gifted swords by lords and nobles, but I've also given them away to my comrades. So, if you ever come across a fine specimen, show it to me, will you? You mean Sun, eh? He's pretty adorable. Brought him with me from Satsuma. I take him on walks every day. Princess Atsuko used to like dogs too, you know. But I hear that since coming to Edo, she only ever plays with cats. How anyone could prefer a spoiled cat to a brave dog, oh, it baffles me. Be seeing you.
Oh, it's you.
How are you? This place is being used as a Shinsengumi outpost. The arrangements for enlisting have already been made. Thanks to a Satsuma connection, they're expecting a skilled Ronin to join their ranks. You've got a Shinsengumi uniform already, haven't you? You should change into it now. Unless you can uncover who orchestrated the attack on the Tereda Inn, it won't be safe for Ryoma to come back. I know you're up to the task. The stakes are high, but I'm counting on you. That's what I like to hear. Saigo and I will be praying for your good fortune.
Ah, you must be the new recruit. I've heard much about you.
I've heard talk of your skill with the sword. But a lot of the men here like to talk big. So I'll have to see it to believe it. Have I seen you someplace? Now there's a fearsome look. I expect great things from you. Though I swear I know you from somewhere. I didn't mean anything by it. I apologize. I haven't introduced myself. Shinpachi Nagakura. And this cold fish is Hajime Saito. Saito, show the new recruit around our outpost. And make sure you put them through their paces. Make sure you listen to Saito's every word, you hear? His skill is peerless. Don't upset him or you're done for.
Good grief. Never. Dueling is strictly forbidden in the organization. Kill another member and you'll be made to turn that sword on yourself. The training facilities are just over there. Let's head in.
You won't make it into the Shinsengumi without some skill at the sword. It's time to show me what you're worth. Try taking him on. Good. I have high hopes.
お相手します。
You did well, but I'd like to see a little more. Now, I'd like you to face him. Don't disappoint me.
覚悟。
What's the verdict? Think they've got what it takes?
The technique is certainly interesting. Not bad at all.
Well, coming from you, I'll take that as a high compliment. Now, what say I grant them the honor of a bout with their superior?
Nagakura is in a different league from the other members you fought. Fancy your chances?
Haha, don't you worry. No one's going to die. No need to hold back. Throw everything at me. I yield! You're no joke.
Most intriguing. Besting Nagakura is no mean feat. Right then, follow me.
Ah, you must be the newcomer. Could you come here a moment? Sorry for interrupting. But even in this state, I thought I should at least introduce myself.
This is Soji Okida. Neither I nor Nagakura are his match in swordplay.
That's all in the past now. Now that I'm bedridden, I don't amount to anything but dead weight. If you want to improve, Saito could teach a thing or two, I'm sure. He's peerless after all.
Okita, I'll go on to the dojo. Send the new recruit over once you finish talking.
So then, why do you want to join the Shinsengumi? Oh, so you consider yourself quite capable then? I would love to have faced you. But you can see my difficulty. By the way, haven't I met you somewhere before? I seem to recall meeting someone rather like you. Oh, is it now? Well, pardon me for that strange line of inquiry. Saito's waiting, isn't he? You should get going. I'll see you later.
Let's begin. This is quite a surprise.
They're holding their own against Saito.
I see. I see.
I can't believe it. Ever seen Saito cornered like that?
You're strong, that's for sure. There are few amongst our number who would be a match for you.
That is no exaggeration.
Why? You could go toe-to-toe with Kogoro Katsura or Ryoma Sakamoto. Those names must have reached your ears, I'm sure. What kind of rock have you been living under? They're linchpins of the anti-shogunate forces and master swordsman to boot.
Right. I think we can make use of the new recruit. Any objections?
Not from me.
There's someone else I'd like to introduce you to. Follow me. There's an officer I'd like you to meet, Kashitaro Ito. A man so sharp he can tell you where the world is going and exactly how it's going to get there. Suzuki. I pointed him out before. He's Ito's younger brother. He's important to know too. Leads one of our units. Now, after I introduce you to Ito, I'll speak with him in private. You are to use any means necessary to listen to our conversation. Understood? Ito, I've brought you a new recruit. Their swordsmanship rivals that of myself or Nagakura.
Well, you must truly be something to earn such praise from Saito. I am Kashitaro Ito, Shinsengumi's staff officer. The Shinsengumi is made up of the most elite warriors in Japan against the shogun's cowardly retainers. We are as a tiger to a house cat. This country's very future will be decided by our actions. You would do well to be mindful of the power we wield. As you should. By all means, put that sword arm to use in service of our cause. I expect great things from you. By the way, Saito, can I have a word with you?
That will be all. Dismissed. Listen to our conversation from outside and make note of every word. Got that? Go. No. I was just asking the newcomer to train the men. Someone so skilled should be able to oversee fencing drills, I thought.
With Kono and Hijikata absent, and Okita ailing, now's the time. No one can stop us from breaking away from the Shinsengumi.
But without us here, the enemies of the Shogunate lurking in Kyoto may grow bold.
The attempt on Sakamoto at the Terada Inn failed to rouse either the Satsuma or the Choshu. We needn't worry on that account. We are gathering in Aburano-Koji to discuss precisely how to break free. I expect to see you there.
We're finished. You can come out now. Fine work playing the spy. I doubt Ito noticed a thing. You must have heard it yourself, but let me state, Ito is a traitor. I'm keeping watch over him at Kondo's orders. There was an assault at the Terada Inn recently, where Ryoma Sakamoto was attacked. You hadn't heard? He recently became a bigwig in the anti-shogunate forces, prompting Ito's attempt to off him at the Terada Inn. In a nutshell, yes. There's a rumor going around that it was our work, but neither Kondo nor Hijikata were involved. Ito's true intent was to tarnish the Shinsengumi's reputation and to ascertain the plans of the anti-shogunate forces. What we learned is that they can't afford to make any big moves right now, which led to Ito concluding the time was right for him to make his move. I'm going to rid the Shinsengumi of Ito's faction, I know you've only just enlisted, but I will need your help. Meet me at Abura no Koji. That's where we'll do it.
It's you.
Do I? You?
Me? Do you really have to ask? I can't count the amount of times I've been at the patient's deathbed. I'm a man, not a god. I can't do the impossible. I couldn't save everyone if I were to spend the rest of my life trying. That doesn't mean I don't try my damnedest to save whoever I can. What else can a doctor do? Try to stay out of trouble, you hear?
Ah, you're here. What? Alright. If you'll excuse me.
Hello. Speaking of the Satsuma, one of their men demanded a duel some time ago. It was quite a while back. Do you remember? I'm embarrassed. That means a lot coming from you.
Katsura, there's just no way we can assent to this. You want us to join forces with those who drove Kusaka to his death?
I assure you, it pains me too. I didn't expect you to come around to the idea just like that. Which is why I prepared a banquet for us with the Satsuma. On their end, Okubo will take the lead. Kuroda's lot will be attending too. It'll be a good chance to see if they're worthy of our trust. Don't you think?
Very well then. I shall take the measure of the Satsuma and decide for myself.
If possible, I'd like you to attend as well. What do you say? Good. Right, let's go. Okubo of the Satsuma is running late, it seems. However, I did see the man who sent me that letter. This is a hot-blooded gathering. It'll be interesting to see how this unfolds. Sorry for the wait. Let's begin, shall we?
Katsura, remember that duel we had? I have to say, I was rather disappointed at the time. You had no clue who I was, but let me go free. Too soft for a samurai. And now we are to stand shoulder to shoulder. We Satsuma despair.
You're a fool! Katsura sees further into the future than either of us. If he let you go free, he had a good reason.
It didn't really take much.
And that's why you let me go. Because you were afraid of earning the ire of the Satsuma. Utter cowardice. You there, Yamagata, was it? If you dislike what we have to say, come and silence us with your fists. Perhaps then I'll reconsider.
I'd be only too delighted. I don't need a weapon to take down the likes of you. You'll soon regret disrespecting Katsura and the Choshu.
Hey, cut it out! I don't think there's any stopping this now. I swear, Okubo has my head for this.
Don't worry. Just let them have at it.
Osaka Katsura! Brave people of Choshu! Pride! Remains unshakable!
One wrong move is all it takes for a cause to come crashing down. You should know this!
Well, if I don't maintain a certain standard, how can I expect everyone to follow me?
I thought you were all talk, but you're not bad.
I, too, underestimated your strength. Katsura, I ask you, forgive my rudeness just now.
Sobering up, are we? I'm glad you put on this feast. It was worth it just to see that tussle.
Overthrowing the shogunate won't be the end of it. We'll need good, reasonable men like Katsura here to right the course of our nation.
Thank you, everyone. Now, let's get back to enjoying the feast. My apologies for dragging you along to this. But I have to say, seeing you fight never fails to impress. In fact, that particular display made me want to try my luck. Why not go around with me? I'll be waiting out back for you. Right, let's begin. I like to think I know your abilities better than anyone. That's to say, I won't hold back. That's rather impressive, you know? That's the way. Nakamura said that I'm too soft, and I am. This I know full well. Good! I'm starting to warm up. I'll never stop walking up the path. Do you hear me, Kusaka? Nakamura. And I see Okubo has finally arrived.
I see from that jewel you aren't as soft as I thought.
Your resolve is clear for all to see. Did you plan this little display from the start?
Of course not. I just fancied brushing up on my swordplay. I'm delighted you enjoyed what you saw, regardless.
A likely story. Well, as your partner in this alliance, I liked what I saw. I warn you, I intend to rely on your sword arm.
I can't believe Okubo and the others were watching. Thanks to that unexpected audience, it seems the alliance will hold a little longer. The nights worked out beautifully, thanks to you. Though it was hard to ignore Nakamura's provocations at first. Honestly, I have my own doubts about whether doing things my way will really be able to change Japan. I do have a vision, and everyone's been good enough to follow me. But behind closed doors, I worry all the time. What's your opinion? Am I doing things the right way? Thank you. If that's what you think, I have nothing to fear.
However good your gun, you might as well be wielding a club if you can't hit anything. How about a bit of training? All right, let's see what you've got. You're quite the shot.
Hello there. I've got a fine selection of wares. Curious?
You can't. You have. What? Huh? We'll talk soon, okay?
You look like you have some skill. I have a favor to ask of you. A hulking man calling himself Benkei has been appearing on Gojo Bridge at night. He attacks every samurai he sees and claims the arms and armor of those he's beaten. Did you have to say it out loud? My reputation would suffer if this were to become public knowledge. That's why I'm seeking help in a place like this. If you can defeat that man and recover my possessions, you'll be well rewarded. Excellent. Now I'd thank you to see to it promptly. Just take care to be discreet. Don't breathe a word of this to a single soul or bring anyone with you.
All those who are distant, give ear! All those who are nigh, bear witness. Benkei is my name. Come, who dares to battle with me? You there, champion! Take us!
Now's our chance! Come, strike together! Recover the armor!
Once more onto the breach, dear friend! Once more! You dare! Maybe you This done. I thank thee, brave champion. It would seem I acted somewhat rashly, and yet I regret nothing.
Over here!
You came. We'll begin once Ito's men are here. This is your first official mission. Is there anything you need to ask? Good. That saves me some trouble. Todo and his companions are masters of the sword. This will be quite the fight. Are you fully prepared? Good. We'll ambush them as they return.
Let's give it our best shot.
I stand at the ready.
So it's come to this. Just as Ito had said it would. Master Kondo thinks only of winning glory in battle. And Ito, we can strive for a world free of conflicts and bloodshed. It's no use. Ito isn't here.
Oh no. You never reach my brother! My brother will lead Japan to a brighter future! No one must get in his way!
I have failed you, brother.
Somebody's done this before. Prepare yourself!
Don't rush. Take your thanks for your patronage.
Think you
outwitting me, do you? Ha! It's you who has been cornered.
Without the higher purpose, the only trait that being a samurai. Why can't you see it for the farce it is? Sorry for the trouble.
You were too clever for your own good. It made you think all those around you were fools. Which is why you couldn't bear to serve under Kondo, so earnestly devoted to the shogunate. I'm lucky I had you covering my flank. With that, we've excised a cancer from the Shinsengumi. I don't know who you are, but it's time to stop pretending you're one of us. I've seen more than my fair share of plots and schemes. I just had a feeling. See you around.
I've got what you need. Believe me. Don't rush. Be careful with that. Okay.
Ah, it's you. Some news. We confirmed that the gang from the other day was indeed connected to Serizawa.
That's not all. Nagakura and Todo did some digging, and learned that the rowdy sumo wrestlers were Serizawa's people as well.
Serizawa told us we were of the same mind when it came to serving the Shogun. He bolstered the Shinsengumi's forces with his many connections. In him, I thought we'd found an ally we could depend on. But his acts of extortion and drunken debauchery have simply gone too far. We can no longer leave Kamo Serizawa unchecked. He and his men shall be put to death. Lord Katamori has already approved of our decision. It is now up to us to see the act through. This will be bloody. Serizawa's people are skilled. I hope you will fight on our side. Good. With your help, there's no way we can fail.
We already know where to find them. They're having a meal at one of their regular haunts.
Then that's where we'll go. Come. This way. I thought we were comrades, and so I let him go unpunished. But that man has gone too far.
Those are Serizawa's lackeys. The other courses of him across the picture.
I thought you men were Shinsengumi soldiers! Have you no sense of pride?
Well practiced, it seems.
I was hoping we might get a chance to cross trades.
I can't let you live.
Send you to the hereafter, along with your dusty old dreams. Why don't you die and leave your army to me? I am sick and tired of your hides sounding like these.
More unfit for the captain guard.
Kondo, this was the right thing to do. Wasn't it, Toshi?
You did what a leader must. It was only right for you to kill those who studied the Shinsengumi's name.
There is no going back. Any samurai who disgraces our way of life will suffer the bloody consequences. How can there be justice otherwise? I don't care what changes sweep through our society. I am a samurai, and I shall protect what that entails. And thus, the Shinsengumi shall follow. In the world we live in, you may have to exchange blows with your former comrades someday. Prepare yourself for when that time comes. Of course you have. Don't know what I was thinking, reminding you of all people. There are times you'll have to dispense with your emotions to stay true to the life you've chosen. That's just the nature of the world we live in. We've taken care of Kamo Serizawa and his followers, Lord Katamori.
Splendid. You have done what a good leader must, Kondo. I am pleased.
Thank you for the gracious compliment, sir.
The Shinsengumi will only grow more important in the days to come. I hope I can count on your continued dedication to serving your shogunate and country.
Yes, sir! As you heard, the Shinsengumi will continue to uphold the true meaning of what it is to be samurai. But I am under no illusion that things will always be this way. I am an old-fashioned man. There will come a time when my way of thinking is obsolete. Should that time come, I hope you two will still wear the Shinsengumi name with pride. Even that would be of great comfort to me.
The useless train of thought. You're in no danger of becoming obsolete as long as I'm around.
You're a reliable one, Toshi. Please, just remember. I would gladly die for what I believe in, but I have no intention of taking either of you with me. I realize it's not my place to ask you this, but if anything were to happen to me, I hope you will be there for Toshi and Soji. Thank you. You have lifted a weight off my shoulders. None of this would have been possible without you. I have no doubt that we will need your help in the future. Toshi and Soji are like little brothers to me. You are like a friend beyond compare. I know it may not be what you want to hear, but I am speaking my truth. I hope you'll help us again if we need you. Thank you.